Hello, Scratchers! Today it is finally time. We are going to make My Singing Monsters Part 3. It will introduce a lot of things. We can place, we'll make a shop, place monsters, create clones of themselves, and even a castle that upgrades. So, let us get right into the video. First off, I want to show you that I updated my Singing Monster sprite video. So you can click inside, alright? If you haven't watched episode 1, you should go do that right now. So we open up our backpack and you grab the castles and the elements. Alright. Now we will go into our project. Alright, so we go back to our original project. You can see that we still have these, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the file and click the save as a copy button. And we're going to name this as number 3. Alright, now open your backpack, okay? And then put your sprites in, elements, and the castle. Alright, it should load in a. There you go. All right. As you can see here, in our elements, if we go to costumes, then you will see we'll have loads of different elements, as in electric, mythical, plasma, cold, water, earth, and plant and air. All right. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna start fixing our bugs in breeding structure. So go to the breeding structure and click on code. When it's flag click press, it will show you already have click to breed again or click away to stop. That we're going to fix it. So go scroll down. Alright, go to when I receive start breeding. Okay? And then next to it we have here a if breed combination contains item 1 of results, or item 1 of results equals to item 2 of results, then we say join. You already have item 1 of results. Click to read it again or click away to stop. So what we're gonna do here is that we're gonna pull it out, and then we're going to put it right here, and let's see. Great, it works. Now I'm going to fix the noggin and mammoth rarities. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to noggin, and we're gonna split apart this forever loop, okay? But don't remove the switch costume to 1 to 3 because that will be useful later. We're gonna pull it out. All right, grab if else. Then we're going to bring in another if else, and that if else we are going to put in the if. Then now we are going to add a go grab a equal block, and then we're going to go to grab a pick random 1 to 10, and then put this to if pick random 1 to 10 equals to 1. Then we're going to duplicate this pick random and equal, put it in the if, and put it in the second if, that if and else inside the if. So change the 10 into a 4, So then we will split this switch pick random 1 to 3 from noggin, and then we're going to put our noggin and change the switch costume to epic noggin. All right. So now we grab a switch costume to noggin at the else of the if 1 to 10, and then in the else of pick random 1 to 4, we're going to change it to a rare noggin. Then it's gonna play its voice. So let's see. See, now it will choose whether if so now we added rarities. So what we're gonna do now is that we're gonna drag drag the if else and then put it in the mammoth sprite. Alright. Now the mammoth sprite. Go to the mammoth sprite, remove the forever play noggin sound, and replace that with the play sound mammoth. Replace all the noggins with a reg with mammoths, and we can attach it here under the green when green flag clicked. There we go. So now what we're gonna do next is we're going to add our very own shop. So we're going to go choose a sprite and click on the paint block and call this one shop button. Alright. So what we're gonna do here is we're going to make a gray square. Then we're gonna click shift and hold. Maybe like this size. Make it there we go. 39 there. Now we're going to decorate our shop button. We'll be right back. Alright, now we click on the code. So now what we're gonna do is when flag clicked, we're going to turn it into set size to let's say 250. That's way too big. So let's try 200. Move it a little bit. Yeah, there. So now what we're gonna do is go to control. Click get the forever block. Grab a if else, then touching mouse pointer, and then we're going to go to looks. Then we'll go set size to let's say 225, and then we're going to set size to 200. Let us see. There we go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make ourselves our shop tab. Alright, so now we're going to make a new sprite. Call this shop tab. Alright, so what we're going to do here is we're gonna go grab the rectangle tool and change it to like a dark deep purple and make a big rectangle around the canvas. Make sure you have no outline. We're going go into the code. Grab an event, then go to motions, then we're going to grab and go to X and Y. X 0 and Y 0. There. So what we're going to do is we're going to go backwards one layer. There we go. All right. Now we will go to the shop button and we'll start coding from there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to grab it when this sprite is clicked. We're going to go to grab an if in control. Then we're going to go to operators. Then we're going to put and block and then another and in the and, on the left side of the and. Then we're going to go to sensing, touching mouse pointer, and then mouse down, and grab an equals block, grab a costume number, and say costume number equals to 1. So this will indicate that if this is clicked while the costume is number 1, then it will approve. But if it's costume 2, which means it's closed, then we cannot. So what we're gonna do here is we're going to switch costume to we're gonna make a new sprite. So we're going to name this sprite open. Make a little word for it and make the word small and put it there. Duplicate our costume and rename the open button to close. There we go. Name name the costume name close button and this one open. So it's gonna switch costume to close. Alright. So now we're going to make a new variable called shop open question for all sprites. So now we're going to grab a set block, then set shop open to yes. So remove our lists and let's head back to our shop tab. Where go to forever, go grab a forever block and then put in if go to operators equals block and then shop open equal to yes. Then we will go to looks and grab a show block. Then we're gonna duplicate this if and turn the shop open equal to null and turn the show into a hide. As you can see, I'm using the Scratch extensions tool, the developers tool, so that it can be much easier to fix. So now now go to the shop button. When sprite click, touching mouse pointer and mouse down and costume number 1, then it will close, switch costume to close and set shop open to yes. So we're going to duplicate this and then put the if under the if and turn the if costume number 1 into a costume number 2. Then switch costume to open and then set shop open to no. Let's try.
Bum, 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 bum,
It seems
bum.
it's not working. Why? Why so? Then looks like we have to fix it. So what we're going to do is go to events and grab a broadcast and turn this into a new message called shop open. Alright, so go to the shop tab. Okay, so then we're going to grab a when I receive shop open, then we're going to grab the show block. So we're not gonna need this forever loop. Bye bye. But we're still keeping the if shop open equals null, then we're gonna set time. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the shop button and make another broadcast and turn it into closing shop. Alright, there. Now when I receive closing shop, then we're going to hide. We're gonna still use these variables. Hold on. Just duplicate these two, and then we're going to duplicate the hide block and duplicate and duplicate the show block. There. Now let's test it out.
Bum, 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 bum.
What I'm going to do is I am going to turn move this if, then turn this if into an if else, then put this on the if else.
Bum,
See?
bum, bum,
There we go.
bum,
So now it will
bum,
work.
bum, bum, bum.
Now what's next, you may ask? Now we are going to make our shop, our monster packets. Let's call this monster packets. Now what we're going to do is we're going to draw a rectangle and turn it into a turn. Alright, so I'll be right back. Alright, I made this outline and I'm going to fill it into a deep purple. There we go. So now, what we're going to do here is that we're going to go to Noggin and then grab the skin Noggin, the costume Noggin, and place him here. Group it so that we won't mess up his body. Make him small. Put him here. There we go. And then we're going to make a text. I'll make it yellow. Turn this into, let's say, handwriting version. You can use any font you want. I'm gonna do 1 space 0 space 0. 100. There. Put it on the right. There. And we're going to draw a coin symbol. And then this red here. There. Coin. Now go. Go to the code. Go to events. When I receive shop open, then we are going to show. Alright? Show. As you can see, our monster packet is too big. So we're going to go to looks set size to, let's say, 75. There we go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make it go to the right. So when shop open, we're going to go to X. Let's say negative 192 and 25. Let's say. Boom. There. But we'll make it a little low. So how about negative 10 maybe? There we go. We're going to go to variables, set shop open to no. Should I duplicate the broadcast and change this into closing shop? Then what we're going to do here is we're going to hide. There we go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make another packet. So go to costumes, duplicate this costume and remove our noggin here and go to Mammoth, grab his costume and paste it there. We're going to set our numbers into, let's say, 300. I think that's his price in the original game. And let us see. So what we're going to do is when shop opened, we are going to repeat 10 times, but not 10. Okay? What we're going to do here is we're going to delete our show block, change the repeat 10 times into 2 times, grab a crate clone of myself, and let us say go to go to motion and grab a change X by, let's say, 110 maybe. Alright, let's see. Oh, hold on, scratchers. We forgot to put a when I start as a clone. Then we're going to show. Now let's see. Okay, so open. The moment we open our shop, it's gonna appear. There, good. As you can see, we have two mammoths instead of the next monster. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go to costumes, go to looks, grab a switch costume to costume one, and the moment at the repeat loop, we're going to put in a next costume. There. Now now the moment we open our shop, there. Now we have two monsters. As you can see, we can't buy any monsters yet. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to make play a code to make monster to buy monsters and place them. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to make a custom block called buy upgrade. All right. Run without screen refresh. All right. So now what we're going to do here is we're going to go at the when I start as clone, grab a forever block, grab an if else, touching mouse pointer, then we gotta set size to, let's say, 85, and then we're gonna duplicate that set size, and then we're going to change it back to 75. Let's see.
Bum, 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 bum,
There
bum,
we go.
bum, bum, bum.
Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to go to control, grab an if, then we're going to grab an and block, grab a mouse down, and touching mouse point. Put them in the and. There we go. Now we're going to put in our block the buy upgrade. So go to control, grab a wait until, grab a not block, and then mouse down. Then we're going to broadcast closing shot. So what we're going to do here, what I did here is when we click on the monster we want, then it's going to send a broadcast to close the shop, and then we get our monster in our mouse. So what we're go to our buy upgrade block. So zoom in a little bit. There. Grab an if. Okay. Then we're going to put an and block. Alright, and if touching mouse pointer and mouse down, and go to looks, grab a costume number, say to equals to 1, then we are going to create clone of noggin, okay. To see what monsters we're going to buy, make a new variable called buy monster for all sprites. And then we're going to set buy monster to noggin. There we go. And then we're going to go to control, grab a wait until, go to operators, not block, and then mouse down. Alright, so duplicate our if, put it under the if, and then we're going to change it. If touching costume number 2, then we're going to set the buy monster to mammoth, and set create clone of mammoth. Alright, so now when we try it,
Bum, bum,
alright,
bum,
we
bum,
created a clone of mammoth.
bum,
What? Don't believe me?
bum,
Split it apart, and you will
bum.
see we have two. So now, what we're going to do is go to our nugget, and we will start from there. Go to control. Then we're going to grab when I start as a clone, we're going to make ourselves a variable. Name this is placed question mark for this sprite only. Cause every monster will get their own. Okay. So now set is placed to now. Go to control, grab a forever loop, and then we're going to grab an if, and then turn that if into an if else. Then we are going to grab a and block, and block. Okay, then you're going to say add a equal block, shop open equals to no. So then we're going to add another equal. Then we're going to put in buy monster equals to noggin and duplicate the equal block, remove the buy monster and change it with the is placed equals to no, and then we're going to put it in the end of the end there. So now we're going to add a switch costume to noggin, because if we create a clone we might get a epic noggin when we create our clone, so which will not be good. So then we will go to mouse pointer there. So the
Bum,
moment
bum,
we click it,
bum, bum,
we
bum,
shall have
bum,
a
bum.
clone, but it is not showing. Why is that? Well, it's because I don't know. Let me fix it. So I have figured out the problem. We have to set shop open to no.
Bum,
So
bum,
now
bum,
when
bum,
we grab,
bum,
then it will start
bum,
in our hands.
bum, bum,
There. It will now follow
bum.
us. So when we place our noggin, then it will be placed. So now we're going to grab an if, okay, then we're going to grab a mouse down. Then what we're going to do is we're going to make two new variables called place x, send them for all sprite, and another one called place y for all sprite also. And then we will go to motion, go to grab and go to x and y, and put in place x and place y there. So now what we're going to do is we are going to do this. When grab another when I start to go. Then we'll go to looks, set it to 35. Grab a set size to 35. So now what we're going to do is we're going to grab a forever block and do our equation. So what we're going to do here is we're going to make the distance formula. If you haven't learned that yet, I will explain to you in shorter terms. Okay. So now grab a less than block. Okay. Go to the grab an abs of block. But we're not gonna turn this into abs. We're going to turn this into square root or SQRT. Okay. Then we're going to grab a multiplication block. Okay. And then we are going to go grab a minus operator, go to motion, and then X position. Put the X position on the right side and mouse X on the other side. Right, put the mouse X on the right side and the X position on the right side, on the left side, and duplicate this so it will be mouse X minus my minus mouse X. Okay. So now we are going to, man, this is so hard. Now we're going to duplicate our square root and turn the mouse X into mouse Y's. And all the X positions to Y positions. So what we're going to do here is we're going to grab a plus block, put these together, okay, square root of this, and then we're going to now drag this code to the left side of to the right side of our less than there. So now what we're going to do here in in the right side is we're going to duplicate this mouse x plus minus mouse x times mouse x minus mouse x plus yx minus mouse y minus y position and minus one minus minus mouse y plus minus y position. Duplicate that. We're going to click on duplicate. Alright, so now that I duplicated it, we will replace our x positions and y positions into place y and place x. So remove the x positions and turn them into place x's, and then change the y positions into place y's. So now we're going to grab and then put it here. There. Now. So what this means is mouse x minus mouse x times mouse x minus mouse x plus square root of mouse y minus y position times mouse y times minus y position is lesser than square root of mouse x minus place x multiplied by mouse x minus place x plus square root of mouse y minus place y times mouse y minus place y. There. So now I will shorten it out to smaller terms. So what I'm going to do here is make two new variables called mx for this sprite only and my for this sprite only also. So what I'm going to do is I am going to grab a if wait not an if a variable, a set, okay, then turn this set mx to grab the mouse x minus x position there. So now if we can remove the duplicate, the second mouse x minus x position, and and turn these into mx times mx there. And for the mouse y minus y position, we're going to do my, and then we're going to use this as our as our y position. So we'll remove the second minus mouse y minus y position and turn them into my and my. So what do we do with the place x, you may? So we're going to set the place x into mouse x minus place x. So we're going to remove the mouse x minus place x and turn those into place x times place x. And same with the mouse y times mouse y minus. I can't talk today. Why? So now we're going to grab a set place y to mouse y and place minus place y, and then we're going to put in the inside the if a set place x and place y into go to motion and set place x to x position and set place y to y position. So what we're going to do here in our if mouse down, then we are going to wait until not mouse down. So now what we're going to do here is we're going to check it out.
Bum, 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 bum,
First, we're going to go to variables and remove all our variables. Hide them. There we go. Now let's see.
bum, bum,
Move in, grab a login,
bum,
and as you can see, it's following my mouse.
bum,
And the moment I click,
bum, bum,
I should place.
bum,
Weird.
bum,
Why is there?
bum, bum,
There we go.
bum,
Now we are done. So now what we do here is we bring this when I start as a clone, put it inside Mammon, and then return this into switch costume to Mammon, turn the buy monster into Mammon, and go to place ice play. Okay, so now we're going to also drag this when I start as a clone. So each MX and MY of every of 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 a monster has different MYs and place X's. So I set the MX and MY to a for their sprite only, because if we do multiple, if we set MX and MY to for all sprites, some of the clones might go to some of the monsters. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to put in a hide block, And when I start as a clone, we are going to show. Great! We are almost done. So we're going to put a show and our hide block on the mammoth also. One thing I would like to add is of our shop open button, shop button. You see, every time if if the shop is closed, if the game stop while the button's closed, and if we click, it will stay closed. So we have to double tap every time to set it to open our shop. So we will change switch costume to open. One last thing I would like to address is we're going to go to control, set a stop this script, okay? And then I'll do the same for noggin also. There we go. Now, now I will end the video here since it's already been too long and I need to sleep. So, bye everyone and stay tuned for the next video. In the next video, we are going to make use of the castle, and now we will make all our monsters sing at the exact same track and verse. And now we will also make the eggs work, and we will now use our friend, our boy Drumpler, which we haven't seen in a long time since episode 2. So now, see you, Scratchers, and goodbye!